Hey girl, hey, welcome back to Talk to Tina. It has been a long time. I know I always say that, but this time I have a pretty good excuse. I was the victim in a domestic violence incident with my ex, and he almost put me in a body bag. I was in the hospital, I almost died. That was last year. And it's a miracle that I'm walking, that I'm talking, that I'm doing everything. One thing I'm going to do is bounce back. And God said, not yet, not my baby girl. So I'm back. I will get into that one day. That's something that I still struggle to talk about. And yeah, but anyway, how are you guys doing? One thing about these growing pains is they don't stop, right? You think, oh, it's just like you go through your teenage years and that's where it doesn't stop. They just change forms. Like you're an infinite student of life, and that sounds so corny, but that's something the only way that I can put it. I've come really far in terms of who I surround myself with, and even in my sense of self. But this past weekend, I was recently reminded that I still have a lot to accomplish. I still have far to go. I don't know if people touch on this often, but I do. If you were raised in a toxic environment, in a toxic environment, if you spent a lot of your time in toxic environments, a whole lot of your life, which really stems from being brought up in that, you will find that there comes a time in your healing journey where you seem to feel bored, and it's just like it's too quiet, it's too normal. Like, that's peace, but that's not how you interpret it, because it's like a mindset and spiritual change that you have to encounter. And it feels like a lifelong process. I'm here to tell you, because I'm still trying to get used to it. So anyway, I was triggered by an event, something that really brought up old emotions that I thought I dealt with. And I ended up somewhere I didn't need to be, at a kickback I didn't need to be, with people I didn't need to be around. I had left that circle a while back because I just outgrew it. It's no shade to them or anything, but like, that's just not me anymore, okay? And I left it for several reasons. So when I stepped into that place, I remember thinking to myself, like, I remember why I left. Like, I remember. And so I met somebody who was there. And I am not here to gossip, so I ain't going to get into that. But anyway, I'm going to just say that it was a lesson. It was a lesson to me that made me step back and say, dang, Christina, you really don't love yourself. The guys you go for, the guys that you allow into your life, completely mirror your relationship/rejectionship with your dad. I see my dad in the eyes of every man I deal with. And it has gotten so bad that I'm literally like, I will not even approach or be approached by it, because there's something in me, somewhere deep down, the little girl inside of me that's still little, that's unhealed, unparented part of me, has been convinced for a very long time that I have to give in order to have basic decency. Like, I just have to love someone into loving me, love someone into respecting me. And it's just, I have to be good enough, I realized that even part of my therapy, part of me getting into therapy, this is a lot that I just came to the conclusion in this weekend. Even part of my therapy journey was I needed to be whole, to be loved enough, like to be loved. I need to be enough. I need to be good enough, self-aware enough to attract the right partner. Now, I'm not saying that, number one, let me say, I don't think you attract what you deserve. I think you attract what you think you deserve. Okay? So, because you can be a very good person, and I'm not claiming that I'm a perfect person, but I do the self-work. I do the, self-reflection, all that. I'm in therapy, everything. Like, I don't want to hurt people. I don't go out into the world trying to do that. Like, a lot of people are just selfless. It's just like, whatever, it's about me, me, me. I don't care who I step on in the way. I'm not that kind of a person. But anyway, part of my journey of self-love was really not self-love. It was like, I'll be enough finally. I won't be so broken. Really interesting. Really interesting. So I'm working on parenting that little girl very deep inside of me, because there's a deep wound that I have to get, I've got to get fixed. And it directly ties to my dad. the road always lead back to a parent or a father or something. Like, it definitely leads back to him, but I'm definitely on the road to getting that fixed. So yeah, the red flags just look like tinted flags for me. And it's a direct reflection on how I feel about myself, because even my past relationships, friendships that were extremely toxic, it was a reflection, those people were a reflection of what I thought I deserved. Like, I deserved that. I deserved fake. I deserved snakes. I deserved messy people. I deserved gossiping circles. Like, that's what I deserved. Even though I didn't do that to them, I just felt that's how low I felt. So I've come a long way, but never return to a situation, environment that you have outgrown. You're going to regret it every time. Like, if there's one thing that you can pinky promise yourself, is that you're going to regret it. I would have never met that dude had I not been in that environment. It was like I was going to a pond with algae and all types of stuff on the bottom, and then picking up a cup, picking up the water and saying, ugh, why is this water contaminated? That's the environment. That's the environment. So, yeah, it's just it's been something, like, and no shade to the people from my past. It's just, that's not me anymore. I said to myself one day, I don't want to be 20, 30 doing the same thing. I don't want to be in 20 years from now and we all running in place, or we're all literally the same. It's just mess in the same mess. I don't want to do that. So, I said, I'll be alone. I'll be alone. Like, I would rather be alone than have to deal with this every kickback, every weekend, whatever. And that's where I am right now. So yeah, a lot of self-reflection. Whenever you think that you've come to a comfortable part of your life, or you've got some of the answers, like the world says, yikes, LOL, no. But I gotta really love me, like really love me. Like, love me to the point where someone treating me with disrespect at the first time makes me repulsed. Like, I don't ever want to even want to speak to you, because do you know who I am? Like, and it's not arrogant. It's just like, hey, I deserve a lot more than you're willing to give. And because of that, I'm going to remove myself. It don't have to be hate, but I deserve more than that. I deserve the grace that I'm so quick to extend to other people. I'm just so quick to say, oh, it's okay. I deserve that grace. I deserve to stick up for me and say, hey, like, you gonna put up with that, girl? Like, you know who you are. So, yeah. And another thing that I have to stop doing is to say, oh, why not me? Like, why didn't they stick around for me, or whatever? Like, when it comes to dudes who don't even know themselves, who are still searching for their fathers in between a bunch of women's thighs. Like, instead of asking, why not me? Why was I not chosen to be the one of 100 on the roster? I need to ask myself, why them? Because when you sit and you make a list of valid attributes, contributions to your life, these men fall short. They don't even make it to number 2. You can't even make a list. It doesn't count as a list. They don't have anything to offer. They don't know themselves. They're running around in suits like little boys in the playground, trying to play like they are men. They are unhealed. They don't take the time to sit. You know how they say women boss up after breakups? That's because women sit down and they cry and they get it out and they say, hey, I'm not going to make that mistake. Dudes, no, new girl, new drink, new club, new party, new car. It does not matter what degree you get, what car you get, what penthouse you get. You will still be that little person, that small person inside, that unhealed child inside, screwing up everything and wondering why the world keeps blowing up in your hands. You're going to continue to have challenging, hard years because karma's going to keep hitting you in the face. And so I seem to just, again, what I think I deserve, choosing the little boys. And for clarity's sake, not literal little boys. I'm saying men that are little boys inside. So I had to sit back and ask myself, like, with the past dudes that I've dealt with, why them? Why them? Not why not me? Why them? And when I sat and thought, I couldn't come up with anything. I said, oh, now it's my ego. But anyway, I don't want to talk too long because I hate those 20, 30, 40, 50-minute videos. I try to keep it down, but y'all know I can talk. But I really hope that this is something that y'all can relate to a little bit. I hope that we're all, trying to grow, trying to be better people. And last word of advice, as I said again, don't go back. This is a season where it's cold outside. You start missing people. It gets dark soon, and you left up in your room. You're lonely, and that's okay. That's normal. But you're gonna be lonely with the wrong people, the wrong person, sabotaging yourself. That'll be harder. Trust me. There are people out there that do the self work. There is a good circle, a good tribe. There are good people out there, and you deserve to know them. Until next time.